Today, we're finally releasing the list.
See, that's why I had to clarify, because there are a lot of lists that I think we would like to find out about.
And we're releasing them today. We're releasing the lists that people are begging for.
Right, Ludwig was like, release the list! And we were like, we hear you, man.
Yeah.
So we've actually made our own song.
Well, I found a list that I'm going to release.
I also found it. Well, I actually even made this list, and now I'm going to release it.
I made some of the list, but some of the list was pre-existing from
these
artifacts that I found.
These two lists that we're going to release today are in a series of top 10 lists of all time.
Yeah. One of them being
these two top 10 lists are on the
top 10
top 10s.
Most untrustworthy copper sellers in ancient Mesopotamia.
Right. Well, that's a little bit lower on the
Number 10, Ea Nasir. He's always selling dog shit quality copper.
Yeah, I mean, and especially dude, with the new Minecraft update, now you can make copper armor and tools. You want to be having some high quality copper.
Are they putting copper in there now?
Yeah, copper now has a use other than just being in every cave, and you can make lightning rods out of it. Now you can make copper armor.
Well, hey, you can also butter it up. Don't forget about buttering your copper.
On it. You can wax the copper.
Wax on, wax off.
As if you were Mr. Miyagi. You can wax on, wax off your copper. You could build the Statue of Liberty in orange, in oxidized or in not oxidized copper, and then wait for it to oxidize and turn green.
Who else up oxidizing their copper?
Jarvis, oxidize my copper.
Jarvis, go animal style on my copper.
Jarvis, how much wax do we need to go animal style? Oh, it's kind of a lot.
Dude, I would have been so fucking good at selling copper.
In ancient Mesopotamia?
Or even,
you wouldn't even have been on the top 10 least trustworthy.
Ancient Mesopotamia. I was going to say modern day Mesopotamia, but that's just like Syria.
Yeah.
So I don't really... Or Afghanistan.
Syria's still a cool
whatever.
place. Well, all right.
What do you know about Syria? You don't know shit about Syria.
I know that...
do you even know what the capital is?
Of course I don't. I know that it's in the Middle East, and I know that the Middle East is rich in culture, and they make bangin' food. So I have a feeling that Syria would be interesting to go to.
We should go to Damascus, man.
Is Damascus, Syria, the capital of Syria?
Not only is it the capital of Syria, it's the world's oldest capital in the world.
Well, they've got to have some bangin' cuisine, then.
Yeah, they still eat rocks there.
But they're probably they're aged rocks.
That was the first food, was rocks.
Yeah. And we've evolved now to eat
copper.
Tofu. Which is kind of like a modern rock.
Tofu is kind of a modern, it's sort of a fluffy rock, if you will.
It's a lot softer than a rock. It probably tastes worse though.
I don't know. I think it depends on the rock, probably.
No, tofu is actually good. I mean, it just tastes like whatever the fuck you put in it. You just have to season it for a really long time. You gotta let it soak it all up like a sponge.
I think if you can't, a plant that you have to marinate. What are we doing here, man?
Well, think about when you roast broccoli.
Nah, broccoli is just good on its own, though. Steak is just
raw?
Good on its own, you know? Why are we messing with foods that are just bad? And we have to make them good. We should just eat foods that are good.
I think it's more like efficiency, you know?
I don't know.
Well, you know how certain foods, ramen was literally invented to save people from starving because it was just they needed easy, cheap food. Yeah. Or potatoes in Ireland. The reason the potatoes are so popular is just because they're easy to make and cheap.
Well, but then they had a potato famine, so clearly they're not that easy.
Well, that was the whole problem, is that there was a disease that wiped out a bunch of the potatoes, but that was the main food source for all the poor people because it was easy and cheap to make them.
Potatoes.
It kept a lot of people from starving.
Potatoes are the rice of Europe.
Low key, yeah, kind of.
But potatoes aren't really big. Are potatoes big elsewhere in Europe? I feel like Spain don't really fuck with potatoes like that.
No, they do. They do.
I mean, they have
Not as much
potato
as like
stuff,
Ireland,
but yeah.
but I feel like Eastern Europe is definitely more potato focused.
I mean, Eastern Europe, you're sort of getting into like, what do they grow out in Moscow, man?
Potatoes.
Do they?
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. Because
Think
it's
about
like
it, man. They make
shit.
hella vodka. That's what vodka is made out of, is potatoes.
But like Russia and like Eastern Europe, that's sort of like a wasteland. It's just like dense forest and like cold.
Cold potatoes.
I guess potatoes are fucking cold. I don't know.
Well, they are out there. They don't have to be. I like potatoes. Potatoes are good. I should make potatoes.
Okay. Well, yeah, you could do that, man. You could put some stuff in there.
I had a little potato breakfast taco this morning. Ooh, banging.
What does that mean? Like the potato
made, like, a
shell
little-
was the taco shell?
No, it was in like a flour tortilla. Potatoes and lettuce and jalapenos and pico de gallo and tomatoes, I think.
I'm not gonna lie, that
They're
sounds
from
like
this-
dog shit.
They're from this place called Home State, and they make fucking awesome tacos.
That's not a taco. That's fucking. I don't know what that is.
Okay, they make awesome.
That's some shit you would eat at
adjacent-
fucking Chernobyl on lunch break, man. That's
taco
disgusting.
adjacent food. No, trust me, it's so good.
I'm not trusting you. I can't do that.
That's okay, and you know what? That's okay. That's your choice.
I mean, yeah, it is. I'm
And
making
that's
a
the power
stand.
of free will. He's making a stand.
I'm making a stand, and at this stand, I'm releasing the list.
Okay. Let's hear your list, Jackson. Please release it.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the show. We're talking about video games today, which is
Yep.
a cool thing that we know how to do. We can talk about
That
them.
it's a thing that we do know how to do. We know a lot about them. We've wasted a lot of our lives on them.
Waste is a bad word, I think.
Spent?
Yeah.
Okay. Who knows, man? Maybe I could have cured cancer if they didn't invent Minecraft, okay? Like,
No, I don't.
I'd
think
rather
so.
play Minecraft, but
you don't.
know.
You don't have it in you to cure cancer. I hate to tell you this.
No, I don't. I don't know that much about science or biology.
I just think it would take a certain X factor to find a cure to a disease.
Yeah,
And
and I don't
that's-
have that X factor.
That's not something. It's like there's only like 1 in 1,000 people are 7 feet tall, so only they are gonna be good at basketball. Like it just
It's got to
is
be
what it is.
way more than that, or way less. Like way more people. I feel like it's definitely more than 1 in 1,000 people who is 7 feet tall.
I don't know how many motherfuckers that are 7 feet tall.
0.
I went to high school with 1,500 people. I think one of them was 7 feet tall.
What?
I think so.
That's crazy.
And it was like this Asian kid.
What?
I don't know how that happened either.
I've got to re-examine my biases. How many people in?
This is not an interesting Google, man. We should just move on.
I know it's not. You brought it up. I'm just curious. Okay,
yeah, but
there are an estimated 2,800 people in the world that are over 7 feet tall. Which is approximately 1 in every 1.6 million people.
Shut up, man.
So, it's like 1 in 1,500.
I don't like when you make a fool of me for no reason. You could just let it fly.
That's like our whole thing. You make a fool of me for no reason all the time. That's not
I
fair.
don't make a fool of you for no reason. I make a fool of
You
you
do
for
make a fool of
completely
me for no
valid
reason.
reasons.
I think we disagree.
I'm releasing my list and you're on it.
Okay. I'm one of your top 10 favorite video games of all time.
Not exactly.
Playing with Henry's Feelings is my number 3 favorite video game of all time.
But if there was a game called Super Henry Galaxy, maybe it would be on the list.
Maybe it'd be on there. Maybe it would be on, yeah. No, that would be a good one. I would play that one.
Okay, let's lay down. Let's get into it. Let's lay down the rules. We're doing. Henry and I both have each our own top 10 video game of all time. We're going through it. We're going to start at number 10. We might end at 1. You're going to have to keep watching to find out if that actually happens.
We might end at 1. Or how about this? Can we promise? We can even promise. We'll start at 10.
I'm not
going
gonna
to
promise shit.
But there might be something a little special in the middle that you're not expecting. Something that occurs between 1 and 10 that you might not think would be there.
I don't have anything special in the middle of my list.
You do. You just don't know it
I
yet.
don't. I
promise
simply
you do.
I'm looking at my list right now. I simply do not have that in the
You're
the
obviously
itinerary.
forgetting. You're obviously forgetting about something on the list.
I mean, I could name some people who are forgetting about some other certain lists.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I know a guy. Anywho, yeah. Let's.
Okay, look. Here's the rules. Okay, we on our lists we chose not to do more than one game in a series.
This is true.
Because I think both of our lists would look a little stupid if we didn't do that. Because we're humans and we have biases.
Can I tell you something funny?
I want you to tell me something that will make me chuckle and laugh even.
It's not going to make you chuckle. Well, it might make you chuckle a little bit, but I didn't run into that being a problem even once. I was like, actually, very decisively, these are my favorite games, and most of them are from very different series.
You wouldn't have one series above maybe take the series, take one of the series in your top 3. Are you telling me there's no other game in that series that would breach the game that sits at number 10 on your list?
No, actually.
That's interesting, man. That's really interesting.
Well, you're gonna see if you mean specifically my top 3. Yes, I there is not one that I think breaches the list, but it's also because 2 of them are sort of only the number 1 game that I have is there's more of them.
Okay, all right.
Both of my number 2 and 3 are sort of standalone things.
Okay. All right.
And we'll just have to wait and find out what they are.
And you'll just have to wait and find out. So let's just get into it, I suppose. We're going to do honorable mentions, but I don't like when lists do honorable mentions at the start. So let's do it.
Yeah, well, that's why I said there might be something in between.
Because the honorable mentions kind of spoil, if you know us a little bit and we put out our honorable mentions, then you're going to be like, well, this other shit has to be on the list. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is true. And then it makes it a little bit less interesting.
So we'll talk about it sort of as we go, but
let's throw an honorable mention in between every one of our numbered ones.
I mean, there are other whatever. Let's just get started. Do you want to do your 10 or should I go first?
I could go first with my 10. I think you're going to hate it.
I would love Do you think be honest with it. Be so fucking honest and I know I'm a little fucking chungus for you, Henry, but be so fucking honest for me right now.
I'm going to be so fucking honest for you, Jackson.
Do you think I'll be surprised at your list?
I think you might be a little so. You're not going to be like that. So, some stuff you're going to be like, yeah, well, no shit, man. Duh.
Yeah.
But I think you might be a little surprised.
Because this was very hard for me.
It was. I'm
legitimately, I spent at least 2.5 hours thinking about my list. I will say my top 5 was pretty locked. I had that kind of locked down. That was very easy for me to do.
I would agree.
The bottom 5, I spent
very
2 hours on at least.
I have a lot of honorable mentions.
Yeah, it was really tough, and I surprised myself. I made a giant list of all the games that I love. And I was going through, I was deciding what makes the cut and what doesn't. And I was arguing with myself in my head, and I made a lot of decisions that I don't think, in my head prior to making the list actually, and thinking about it and laying out all the arguments. I made a lot of decisions that I would not have guessed that I would have made.
Okay. I think I sort of feel the same way. It was really difficult. The top 5, I was like, oh, this is easily my favorite. Actually, you know what? There's one game that is not on my list, or it's not on my, it is on my list, but I'm very surprised. I'm almost saddened that it doesn't, it's not as high as it used to be.
There are a couple games that are unfortunately, that I had in my top 10 originally that I had to boot out, and I was very sad because this is it's a part of me in some spiritual kind of way. But all right, let's get into it. What's your number 10, man?
My number 10 game
of all time. Right
of
now.
all time. Well, and so this is my top 10 favorite games. I don't know that I necessarily think that these are the greatest video games
This
of
is
all
no
time.
IGN Ocarina of Time bullshit. This is our fucking favorite video game.
This is our favorite video game all-time favorite game.
Henry's number 10 favorite video game of all time is...
Henry's number 10 favorite video game of all time is Marvel's Spider-Man 2.
Tell me about Marvel's Spider-Man 2, Henry, and tell me why Spider-Man it is.
So Spider-Man it is. I don't know if you know this about me, Jackson. You might not know. A lot of people don't know this about me. I love Spider-Man.
I might be a little frickin' chungus, but I know that you love Spider-Man.
I love Spider-Man. Spider-Man is so cool. And the new like PS4, PS5 era Spider-Man games do a really good job of making you feel like Spider-Man. And they're also just fun as fuck. The story of Spider-Man 2, I don't think is as good as the original game. But the thing that I love about Spider-Man 2 is that you get to play as classic Peter Parker, our favorite little spider guy. But you also get to play as Miles Morales.
Of course.
And my favorite Spider-Man. He's cool as fuck. Miles, he just rocks. He's got a great vibe. His powers are cool. It's different from every other Spider-Man. He's actually like culturally interesting. He's got some spunk to him. He's a little bit younger. He's still like figuring out how to be Spider-Man.
He's the only superhero that can wear the do-rag for sure.
Right. The only one?
I
don't know about the only one.
Who's another one?
Like Blade, maybe?
No, I don't think so. The Hulk can't do a do-rag. I don't think Iron Man can do a do-rag. Miles Morales is the only one that can do it, man.
He's the only one who could do the drag, man.
He's the only one that could sport the wave cap.
Yeah, that is fair.
And that makes him special.
And the game is just good. Like, it's really fucking fun. The movement is excellent.
Good to hear, yeah.
I know in the top 10 games, the game is fun. But like, I love good games with good movement in them. And like games that just like feel nice. Like when you hit like a combo, when you hit a successful chain in Smash Ultimate, like you get a nice combo. It's like, oh, you hit a nice little aerial dribble in Rocket League and you score a banging goal. It's like, like something that takes a little bit of skill, but like the traversal in the game is just really fucking fun. It has a fast travel system and I just never use it because it's way more fun to just like zip around and pretend to be Spider-Man. And this is very much like a personal to me pick. I think when Spider-Man 2 came out, everyone was like, this is just like the first game, but there's more of it, which people did not like. But I loved the first game. So I was like, oh, great, there's more of the thing that I already like. The story is definitely a little bit weaker, but they expand like all the power systems and like Peter gets access to like some Venom stuff and Miles gets access to more electricity powers and they can both fly and shit and they have wings and there's like more of New York to explore.
They get wings?
It's just really fucking fun. Yeah, they have like wingsuits.
Are the wings made of the spider silk?
It sure is.
Like Silk Song?
Like Silk Song. Which is not on my list only because I haven't finished it.
But it might be on your list.
But I have a feeling it might be on there in the future. You never know.
All right. Well,
it's
an interesting number 10 from Henry Chungus Gleason here today.
Yeah. Well, and so would you like to give us your number 10?
I'm going to give you my number freaking 10, dude. And I think, this pick, if you know me, if you've listened to the podcast before, this pick is not going to surprise anybody, okay? And this is also one that I had higher, but I reformulated my list to make it lower.
Oh.
But I also think I'm validated in doing so because I recently played through it again. And I reaffirmed my love for this game, but I just thought about it a lot, and I was like, here's my criteria for like sort of the ranking of these games in my list is that in terms of order, I was like, what game, if I had to choose a frickin' game to play right now, what game would I want to play? And I love this game. It's one of my favorite games. But compared to the other games on my list, I'm not I'm not as immediately wanting to pick up a controller and play through this game right now.
I think that's fair.
So for number 10, I'm going with Earthbound.
What?
Don't act too surprised.
Okay. Well, I am surprised.
Why are you surprised?
If you couldn't tell. I thought it would be like way higher.
You know, so I had it higher. And then I thought about it. I used my brain cells for once in my chungus freaking life. And I moved it lower. Okay? And look, I'm going to tell you right now that the next 2 games in my list are RPGs. So I was immediately comparing them to these other games. And Earthbound is just the weakest RPG on my list, unfortunately.
Really?
What can I say? I'm a little freaking chungus today. I don't know what to tell you, man. I was surprised too when I made the decision myself.
Yeah, that's fair. When I sat down and I thought about it and I examined my own.
But look, if you haven't played Earthbound, you should probably just end your life right now. I don't know what else to say. There's sort of a passion, a love amongst people who
it's so good.
Who play Earthbound because it has like this this super strange charm, which is kind of what happens when you let one like middle-aged Japanese guy do basically the entire game. But he doesn't know the fucking guy. What is his name? I'm blanking on his name right now. Shigesato Itoi. He basically does everything in the fucking game. Like, he made the world, he did the story, he did literally every line of dialogue in the game except for like 2 NPCs or something like that. And he did all of this without knowing how to use a computer. So he spoke all of the lines of dialogue aloud to like an intern who had to type them.
And you know what? That's a beautiful story about the history of the intern.
He might be the only game developer who's developed an entire game without knowing how to develop a game at all.
At all.
It's crazy. And you know what's crazy is he did it before. He made Mother 1 on the Nintendo Entertainment System, and then they let him do it again. And he still
wait a minute.
He still chose not to do basically
learn how to use
any
a
of
computer.
the programming.
He was like, I don't need any of that. You guys could just,
It's wild. And so I think for, partly that reason, the game ends up feeling like very weird and alien compared to like other RPGs, but also just other games in general. There's a weird charm that Earthbound has. It almost feels more like a book or a movie, like something that would play out better in another medium. But it's a video game instead that we get to play, And I don't know. Earthbound is sort of weird. It's clunky. It's annoying. It's sort of anti-game in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Like, there's the part where you're going into Master Belch's base, and you just have to sit under the waterfall for 5 minutes because you have to like get a password to like open the door to the secret base, and part of the password is just sitting still and not doing anything for 5 minutes and just watching this waterfall.
Which is a very Earthbound thing to do.
It is and the game is just full of that sort of thing. And it's like you talk to the dungeon man, the guy who turns himself into a dungeon. You go into the dungeon to get a submarine so you can go to the swamp place, and you have to fight your way through fucking sea men to get to the Tenda village, and none of the Tendas speak because they're all shy. So you have to go back to the Onet, to the library, to check out the book of overcoming shyness. But you actually find out that once you get there, that I think it's Orange Kid that has checked out the book of overcoming shyness. So you have to go to Orange Kid's house. You
gotta go talk to Orange Kid.
Or it might be Apple Kid. I might be forgetting. You have to go and you have to be like, hey, I need this fucking book so these like weird green people can talk to me, and then you give them the book and they are like, okay, we'll like move this rock over like 2 feet, and then you jump into a hole and you're in dinosaur land. Like, this game is ridiculous. And it's just...
I've never done acid, but I think if I did it would be like playing Earthbound.
It would be like playing Earthbound, 100%.
But in like kind of an awesome, like it's just the game is like very nonsensical, but in like in a really good, like charming way.
Yeah, 100%.
Like people like it because it's so fucking weird.
I think, and this is another theme amongst my list that you'll see, is that I like games where I'm allowed to just get lost in like a weird fucked up world. Like to really immerse myself in this in this agent of a being's design. You know what I mean? I like getting lost. I like feeling one with the nature and the understanding and the honesty of a universe, of a place. To be congruent with the pixels and the ones and zeros. It's a beautiful thing, truly. And Earthbound just does that for me. It has sort of that that Saturday morning cartoon vibe that is hard to beat, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And as far as like gameplay goes, it's not like a revolutionary RPG really by any means. I'll say the one thing that is cool that I think more RPGs should do is like how your health ticks down. So like if you take like a lethal amount of damage and you're like gonna die, but your health like ticks down in real time.
So like slowly enough.
So you have an ability, if you like heal fast enough, you can avoid dying even though you were hit for a lethal amount of damage, which is cool. And I think more games should do that because it's a fun mechanic. But I mean, I don't know. It's just a normal frickin' RPG, to be honest. But it's just wacky and fun, and I like it. And it's my number 10 on this Watch Mojo countdown.
And I think it's a great number 10 to have.
Thank you so much, Henry. Now let's hear your great number 9 to have.
So funny story, actually. My number 9. It's a game that you guys might be familiar with. I think you might have heard this before.
I might be familiar with it.
Jackson, I know, is a huge fan of this game. Maybe not as huge of a fan as I thought he was.
Certainly, maybe not even as huge as you.
Maybe not as huge as me, because my number 9 game is Earthbound.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I gave a lot more. It's dope as hell. I gave a lot more points to my games of like, yes, I was thinking about the fact that like if I had to sit down and play a video game right now, what would I want to play the most?
Yeah.
But I also think it's like nostalgia definitely is a little bit of a factor in my list for sure, as you will see, and you'll be like, oh yeah, that makes
I do
sense.
think
like,
if you play Earthbound like at a young age, it really is like your life has changed forever. Like it's just one of those pieces of media, you know?
Like I could just go back and play it and I would be like, yeah, like this just feels good.
It feels right.
There definitely there are better games, there are better RPGs, but there's just something about like the weirdness and like sort of like playful. It is very like Saturday morning cartoon. Like,
yeah,
so that is the perfect way to describe it. And so again, it's not like my favorite game of all time, but I felt like I had to put it on. I was really thinking of like swapping Earthbound and or Undertale out, and or like swapping Earthbound out for Undertale, and at the end I just couldn't do it. I think I enjoy Earthbound more as a game.
Yeah.
Even though I think Undertale also does like, and obviously takes a lot of inspiration and has a lot of the same like fun, like weird vibe that Earthbound does.
Yeah. And some of like the sort of anti-game moments for sure.
Which I kind of like. Like if you wanted to play a game that was like every other game, you could just play Call of Duty. And I don't know if you know this.
Call of Duty didn't exist when the Super Nintendo was out though.
Well, that, and also there is not a single Call of Duty game in my honorable mentions or on my top 10 list.
What? You don't have Call of Duty 96 Return of the Nazi Zombies to Germany now?
Well, if I had a game on there, it would have to be COD Modern Warfare 3, I think.
You don't
Whatever
even
the
know.
one with the I don't know. Well, I never owned an Xbox or a PlayStation growing up, or like a PC. I didn't have anything I could play it on. But we always used to, like when I would go to my friend's house and play COD. Maybe it's COD Modern Warfare 2. No,
Modern Warfare 2 is the one that's sort of the beloved fan favorite, I feel like.
Is it Black Ops 2, maybe?
I don't fucking know, dude.
I really don't remember. Mostly because it's the only one that I've ever played. But it was fun.
Wow.
So that's not going on the list. But yeah, my number 9, I feel like we may have briefly already touched on a little bit. I don't really have that much more to add. I love Earthbound. It's fucking weird as hell, and that's why I like it. And I think even if there are games that are better than it, and like RPGs that are better than it, I think it is the only... no, it's not the only RPG on my list, but it is... And the other RPG on my list is just like a fucking smash hit out of the park game. Like you almost can't complain about it.
Yeah.
And there are games again that are like better than Earthbound, but Earthbound's just so fucking weird, and I love that about it. There's no other game, man, like Earthbound. Even like Mother 1 and Mother 3, I don't think are as fun as Earthbound.
No, I agree, man. I agree.
You know,
like I don't think the magic of Earthbound can be replicated if you tried. It's something that only can be recreated by someone who genuinely has no fucking clue what they are doing.
Yeah, which is awesome.
It's a one of a kind for sure. Would you say your list is diverse in terms of genre and also like? I see you smiling already.
Yes,
but also like in terms of like AAA studio versus like indie and whatnot. I think my list is diverse in terms of size of studio, but not particularly in terms of genre.
Mine is the opposite, where I think mine is very diverse in genre, but not very. It's like mostly AAA studio games. I
mean, I have bigger games that are not like AAA studios, but like they're made by sort of like more of a medium-sized team.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Half of my list is games published by Nintendo.
Okay, I only have 3.
Well, I mean, I only have 5, but they are also like that was an RPG. I have a platformer. Well, I'm not gonna really give away what.
Yeah. Don't give it away. But okay, that's interesting. All right. Well, I think, my number 9. Unless you have anything else to say about.
No, I echo every one of your sentiments about Earthbound. It's a fucking great game. If you haven't played it, you should play it.
Yeah. Number 9. This might frickin' surprise you because it frickin' surprised me, and I'm a little chungus. And I don't know why I keep saying that today. I don't know.
It's your vocal stim of the day. It's okay.
I guess so. Look, here's what I'll do, Henry, okay? You know, I love Mario. I love him so much.
You do love Mario.
I love my little Mario, man. I love him.
You're gonna hear my list and you're gonna hate me.
Look, my number 9 spot belongs to a Mario game. I will give you one guess and
one.
Okay, I will give you 2 guesses. You can guess what Mario game I've put here, and I'm presenting you this challenge because you will not guess it.
Okay.
You simply won't. What do you think I put?
Can I ask one? I will be fine with one guess if I can ask a preliminary question.
I will give you 2 guesses and a preliminary question.
Okay. Do you mean like when you say a Mario game? Do you mean like mainline, like 3D platform Mario, or do you just mean like every game that has Mario?
Every game that has Mario in the title.
So like Mario Party is on the table, Mario Kart's on the table, Super Mario RPG is on the table, Mario Galaxy's on the table.
I'll tell you, I'm not putting a Mario Party game in my top 10.
I know you're not, but like for example, like it's either like a mainline 2D platformer or 3D platformer or kart game.
It is a mainline Mario staple.
Okay.
Maybe not the staple you're thinking of though.
Maybe not the staple I'm thinking of.
You have 2 guesses. Go.
Sunshine.
No.
Okay.
That wouldn't even be my pick for the 3D platformers.
Okay. Oh, so it's not a 3D platformer.
Correct.
Okay.
And this shocked me as well. I was listing out all of my Mario games that I love, and I
Is it like
changed
new?
what was originally on the list.
Is it Super Mario World?
No.
Okay, I don't know. It's a good platformer.
My Mario pick, and this may shock the masses.
I think it might.
I'm going with Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door for the GameCube. Out of all Mario games, I don't know why I'm doing this, but I am committing to it.
I think that's fine.
This is my list.
It's a great game.
I know what I originally had here was Mario Galaxy 1 because I grew up with it and it's amazing and it's awesome. But I asked myself this question. Mario Galaxy was my favorite out of the platformers, and I was like, well, would I rather play, because I originally had, I'll give you the Mario games that I wrote down. I have Super Mario Galaxy. I have Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story on the DS.
Good pick.
I had the original Paper Mario, and I had Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. And I thought about Mario 64 as well, but then I was like, that's not my shit. I don't care. We'll leave that to the nerds, the losers, the crusaders, and the kings. Okay, this is real man hour. I don't know what it is about Paper Mario, man. There is, I think it's an Earthbound sort of thing where the game just has so much charm. I think the first couple Paper Mario games are like the last, or some of the most recent games that like Nintendo has taken big risks with Mario as a franchise. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it does so many weird and wacky things that no other Mario game does. I think Paper Mario is like one of the RPGs that you have to play. Like the original is, I don't know, dude. Even if it was like on the N64 and it like low key sucked ass a little bit, but but it's just awesome. There's so many cool little guys, and I think it's a fun story. The Thousand Year Door specifically. It's a weird atmosphere. There really is no other Mario game like it. Like I think it just. I mean, going back to my main thing of like, what game would I want to play right now? I love Galaxy so much. The thing that stops me from going back today is that Mario just feels so fucking clunky and slow and stupid. He controls like he's drunk most of the time in that game. And it just annoys me to no hell. And you have to shake the fucking Wii remote, and it's just fucking stupid.
It's embarrassing.
I'm not even.
They're making me sit on my couch and shake my shit.
I'm not even one of those guys that like hated the fucking motion control, riding the manta ray and doing like the golf ball bullshit. I thought that was like fun and stuff. But I love Mario Galaxy, and it's awesome. Okay, and we're not doing Galaxy 2 because fuck all that. Okay, fuck Yoshi. I'll fuck Yoshi. That's my list.
I'm getting on the list for fucking Yoshi.
What I'm saying is Paper Mario is charming. It's weird. It's cool. I kind of like it for all the same reasons that I like Earthbound, but Paper Mario is just a better RPG. There's so many cool things you can do with the charms that you get in the game. The partners are so much fun. Like Silksong, you can get little baby Yoshi to do ground pound on the enemies, and the bosses are so cool. And
he's way cuter, and you don't even want to fuck him like Yoshi and Galaxy.
I don't want to fuck him because he's a child, and that would put me on a different kind of list.
A different list, which we still are waiting to hear about.
Which will be released later. There's no doubt about it.
Won't.
But Paper Mario, you just get like. It's this weird Mario that you don't get in any other Mario game, where you go on a train and you solve a murder mystery, and you go to fucking Glitzville to do the fucking, you're in the ring and you do these fights, and you have to like buy your way out of your label contract with the fucking penguin guy or whatever. It's just weird. Yeah. It's fun. I like that you go to space. I like that there's this like subplot with Princess Peach being harassed by a computer. I think that's very funny.
She's like all of us in our day-to-day lives now.
I could say all the same reasons that I like Earthbound. I like this game
and
as
it's
well.
better and more polished.
And I think it's legitimately, I think it's like one of mechanically and gameplay wise like the better RPGs that you can play. Okay. And it's just a fun time. It's good. And you should play it on Dolphin with the 4K texture pack. That's my official...
I should, because I've never played.
That's my official...
endorsement.
Decree.
Of the mammal, because we don't endorse, any sort of pirate-like behaviors, potentially.
I do. I for sure do.
Well, but we've all purchased the game, so
If
we're just like
Vim.net was
reusing the
still
ROM.
up, I would encourage everyone to go download the
I would buy the
ISO
website.
file. I would love to buy Vim.net.
I would continually pay Nintendo the bailout money, despite the fact that I would eventually run out of it.
So this pick might anger the masses, but I'm okay with that because it's my freaking list, and I fucking love Paper Mario.
You do love it. So you have no other Mario games on your list.
This is the only Mario game on my list, man.
Really?
And
so
I actually also like I was between this and the original Paper Mario. I die about this shit, man. Like those games are fucking good, and everyone should play
I was thinking when you said like per series, like Mario, he's got a lot of games. Like you can diversify that a little bit. Like he's got racing games, he's got RPGs, he's got party games, he's got 3D platformers, he's got 2D platformers. And I don't have any of those on my list, but like, you know, he does a lot of shit. Mario does a lot of stuff.
I also, for a moment, I speculated on whether or not I should put Super Mario Maker 2 on my list. Because I think that game is amazing. But, like, you know, 99% of the enjoyment of the game comes from, like, the community of people who makes the levels. So I don't really know
not necessarily the game.
It's not really Nintendo's, you know, but it is a brilliant game that I love as well. I mean, that's some of the best platforming fun you can have is in Mario Maker.
Oh, yeah, dude. Mario Maker
people do some
rocks.
awesome shit, man.
I'm still waiting for them to make a Pikmin level maker. It'll never happen.
It's never going to happen. But what's your number?
I don't need them to make another game ever again. I just need them to give me access to all the assets in Pikmin 3.
Just let me make Pikmin 5.
Right. Like, that's all that I want. I would make it really good.
Of course.
So my number 8 game... this is it the only indie game on my list? It's not really the only indie game on my list.
Not really. Okay.
It's not really. We can decide that later.
Okay.
This is decisively an indie game. There are other games on my list that like you could sort of argue maybe are not anymore. But not my number 8 spot goes to one of my favorite roguelite games of all time. It's about a journey where you travel from Florida to the beautiful land of the north of Canada. And that game is Death Road to Canada.
I'm surprised this is even on your list. This is crazy, man.
I fucking love this game.
I know you love this game, man.
Anytime I get the chance, and I love this game for the same reason that I love Earthbound, is that it's just so fucking weird. But it's a little bit different in like it's very easy to pick up and play with friends. Like I'm a big, like, if I have people over and they want to play, like, and they want to do something and, like, we can play a game together, like, I love games that you can just sort of, like, pick up and get people into. I don't think I've ever gotten anyone as into Death Road to Canada as I am, except for my friend Max. Every time we get together, we run the shit out of that game, and I love it. But, like, there's so many achievements. There's so many, like, niche little references because the game was made in, like, 2015 when culture had finally existed.
Right.
So, like, it's not like Earthbound where it is actually, like, the establishing culture that people will later reference. Like, it's late enough to the point where, like, you know, there are, like, unlockable characters that are, like, references to Link. There's, like, a giant bodybuilder who has no, like, he has tiny-ass legs but giant arms, so he can't carry a weapon because his body is too big, but he can pick up every piece of furniture on the map and throw it at enemies, like, on the map.
Of course.
Like, there are so many... Like, and then there's like a knight with a giant broadsword, and they're like super strong but really slow. Like, there's a reference to like Jason as one of the like the serial killer guy is like one of the characters. The gameplay loop is just fun. Like, it's super simple. It's exactly like the Oregon Trail. Like, you set across like an area of the map, and you have a certain amount of days that you would like have to survive. You go out and you collect resources, and you like walk around the map, and you kill zombies and whatever. But it's just really fun. Like, the dialogue is very witty. I like that you can make custom characters and you can like sort of pretend that you and your friends are like on this journey together.
There's something like very pick up and play. Like, it's so easy to understand.
Yeah.
But it's very difficult to like actually be good at it. You know?
It is. I've beaten the game, I think maybe 9 times. Like, I've successfully done a run like 9 or 10 times. And I've probably done about like 100, 110 runs.
Yeah.
Like, it is difficult. And I think that's part of the fun too, is that I'm like, oh, well, like this keeps me like wanting to come back. Like it is repetitive, but like because it's a roguelite, obviously you're doing the same thing again until you finish it. It's like the whole point of the genre. Um, but there's just like enough content to keep it feeling fresh, and every time you do a run, it's like different. You never know like who you're gonna run into on your journey and whatever. I fucking love that game, and the music slaps.
Dude, it also has like this like back in the early Fortnite days where you open a chest and you get the golden scar and it's like holy shit, I just got the golden scar.
I just got the golden scar.
And you're being so careful with it cuz you don't get the golden scar very often. And and it's a powerful gun, you know what I mean?
Legendary.
It's the best freaking gun in the game. That's how I feel when I get the car in that game. When you get the car, it's like, yes, I got the fucking car, because it makes the rest of the game so much easier.
I got the Prius!
But
and it's the only time that anyone's ever been excited about that.
But then you have to like get gas, and like when the car breaks, you're so fucking sad. Like it's so understandable like what the stakes are, and it's so easy to like get everyone playing invested in it. You know what I mean? There's a very simple power to all of that, I think.
That's why I love that game, man. I a lot of the things on my list I realized, because I had asked you before we started this list, like what sort of things qualify as our favorite games. Because, like, for example, you and I play a lot of Rocket League. I love Rocket League. If this list was simply based on the amount of hours that I have put into a video game,
my list would be awful.
My top 3 games would be Valorant, Rocket League, and Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
And just so you know, those are not my top 3 games. 2 of those are not on my list. But it's like, there's just something so fun about like I just have a lot of good memories like playing video games with friends, and I fucking love Death Row to Canada. I've played it since it came out, so at this point I guess that's like 10 years. And it's just good, man. It's just fun. And it's just like simple, good fun.
And that's all that needs to be freaking said from a Chungus like you. Let me move on to my number 8.
Yeah,
okay?
Let's get a Chungus like you. Let's hear your number Chungus 8 Chungus game.
And it's a game you mentioned earlier.
That's right.
But I'm going to include it here. And look, this one also is going to have an asterisk next to it. And
Your
that's
number 8 game is Marvel Spider-Man 2.
No, you mentioned it, but I don't think it's on your list. I don't think it's on your list. I am going to go with Undertale, man. This is my last RPG on the list. Here's the thing, okay? This is that. Let me explain the asterisk. I think, and it's not fair to put Deltarune here, because the game's not finished. If it was finished, though, because there's still like 4 more chapters that they have to make.
There is?
What do you mean there is? This was the whole pitch of the game, was that they're going to release it in parts over time.
Well, I know, but I thought 3 and 4 were the last parts.
No, man, there's 4 more.
It's going to be what? Holy shit, dude.
This is like 7 years old news at this
I know,
point.
But I've been locked. I've been so out of the sphere on this game. I've played Deltarune Chapter 1, and I haven't played 2, 3, or 4.
Yeah, so here's the thing. I think when Deltarune is finished, I would have that here instead of Undertale.
Yes, absolutely.
But for right now, it's Undertale. You know, Toby Fox, like, he loves Earthbound, and that's why the game is good. That's pretty much all that needs to be said. It is interesting. Yeah. Toby Fox's, like, some of his first game developing experience was making a ROM hack it's like a Halloween ROM hack for Earthbound, which is kind of fun. So it has sort of all of the same elements, but I think it's like genuinely sort of a masterpiece in storytelling, in specifically like game format, like using the format of games to tell stories. There are very few games that figure out how to do that in a really unique and interesting way. And it's really only the indie games that can like take the risks that Undertale do and succeed at them. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I don't think there's anything I could say that hasn't been said about Undertale already. Just that you need to play it, and you need to play Deltarune even more, because I think it's better, but it's not finished, so I can't put it on the list. It's just not fair.
Yeah, you can't put the unfinished guy. I do agree. I think Deltarune will be better when it's done. And I haven't played the whole thing, so I can't, like, so far. I have watched somebody play through the whole thing so far, so I know what happens, generally speaking. And I have played the first chapter myself, and it's fucking awesome.
And I think
But
something else, like the fact that Toby Fox has said that Undertale was just the game that he used to get better at making games, so he could make the game that he actually wants to make. And Undertale ends up being this like absolutely ginormous like smash hit, like one of the most important games of like the past of like ever of all video games. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. The Pope has a copy. Well, he's dead now, but the Pope had a copy.
He did have a while he was still entangled in this mortal coil. The Pope had a copy of Undertale, and if that isn't honestly, worthy of the number 8 Watch Mojo spot, I don't know what is.
Yeah. Yeah, Undertale. Fuck. It is not on my list like of my top 10 games, but it is an honorable mention of mine.
I think it's just really good at what it does. It's a great RPG. It's a great story. I think, and again, it has all of those sort of earthbound isms that I love. And from here on out, the rest of my list will not be RPGs.
Yeah, well, starting now, my list is going to be RPGs because my number 7 spot. No, I'm just kidding. I think this is actually. There's one other on here that I don't technically know what genre this game is.
I love that. I think I know what game you're talking about, but keep going.
I think you probably know what game I'm talking about. My number 7 spot, I think, is an RPG, as far as I know. And this is a game that you and I have played together, actually.
Ooh.
And I fucking love this game. I didn't realize how much I would love this game until I started playing it. And then it was really bad, and I couldn't stop playing it for a little while. And that game is Baldur's Gate 3.
Wow, man. Wow. That's beautiful.
What do you mean, wow?
It's beautiful.
Yeah. I feel like it's very much like not a game that I think I would have enjoyed as much, even like, maybe not even like 5 years ago. It's just so fucking good.
It is a very mature game.
There's so much effort put into the game, and there are so many different paths that you can go down. I mean, the game is 130 fucking gigabytes, and it's the first game that I've ever played that I'm like, this feels like it should be more. Like,
it's actually like warranted of that download size, where I feel like other games are not.
Or like, for example, I know we talked about like how video games continuously get more and more expensive, and it's like the cost, the sort of like the cost ratio of like, do I actually think that I'm going to get the amount of time? Like,
if Baldur's Gate 3 was sold how much it was actually worth, Baldur's Gate 3 would cost like $1,000.
I don't know about okay. I don't know about that. I would pay
genuinely. I think $800 is a fair price for Baldur's Gate 3. I'm not even joking.
I think maybe. I think I would have to think about that. I think I would. No questions asked. I wouldn't even blink if someone was like, "This is what's in Baldur's Gate 3. It costs $200." I would drop it.
Yeah,
immediately. 800. I'd have to think about a little bit. That's a lot of money. 200, that is a lot of money for a video. It's a shit ton of money for a video game. I wouldn't even blink. That game is fucking awesome. The story is good. All the characters, well, actually they're not likable, and that's why it's awesome. Not all the characters are likable, and that's kind of the whole point. There's so much shit that you can do, and it really, really invites you to like be creative especially in like the combat system. I mean, it's essentially just based on Dungeons and Dragons, so all of these stereotypical Dungeons and Dragons tropes that you are aware of are available to you in this game.
Yeah.
But like, let's say you're fighting a boss that you're actually way too underleveled to fight, but there happens to be, a void nearby you. You could just try and position your team as quickly as you can to get close to that boss and push them into said void. But also, there's a trade-off of like, oh, you're still going to get the experience for killing the boss, but then if you push them into the void, you can't get the loot from their body. Like, there's so many choices that you can make in the game, and literally every single one of them implicates something later in the game, no matter what.
There is something to be said about, like, I'm on my 4th playthrough of the game currently right now as we speak, and I've done different stuff in every playthrough. And you get, like, it really fucks some shit up later in the game. And, like, the whole vibe of, like, your team is completely different. And the story, like, it is crazy how many choices you can make and how much it actually, like, matters.
Yeah, it's fucking
like,
awesome.
The level of detail that goes into developing something like Baldur's Gate 3 is something that I don't want to wrap my head around because it's
something
insane.
that I don't want to do as an individual.
No, I would rather just play it. Quite frankly,
I would so much rather just, and I do, and it's fucking awesome. It is an amazing game, and even if you're not like a huge Dungeons and Dragons person. If you are a person who enjoys video games, it's definitely not like a very beginner-friendly video game.
no.
Like you have to take the time to learn like what all the systems are and like how leveling up works and how you distribute your stats and what everything means and like all the different classes and characters and races and all that stuff. You should learn about that before you play, but once you do, or you could learn by playing. Like it's still fun, even if you sort of fuck up. That's like the whole point is that you could just do another run.
Yeah,
and you'll experience something totally different.
You can get that mod. What's that mod where it's like, oh, this is George's fireball, and it's just fireball that always hits and does like 500 damage or something.
Yeah, I don't what was I don't remember what the guy's name was.
You could just get that mod.
just get the George's
Honestly,
fireball
the game
mod.
will be just as good.
It would be, because then you could just experience the story without any of the battle. The battling is like I think one of the more fun parts, but
yeah,
it's not for everyone. But yeah, my number 7 spot is Baldur's Gate 3. That game fucking rocks.
I think that's a very
Which
respectable pick. But
to your number 7
that brings
spot,
us to
which
my
is also
number 7 spot, which is also a very respectable pick. This one also not originally in my idea of what my list looked like in my head when I formed it originally. And it's a game that I've only come to appreciate as much as I have very recently because of its successor. I'm gonna go with Hollow Knight, Henry.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Hollow Knight. Look,
and you're gonna pick Hollow Knight and not Silksong.
I'm picking Hollow Knight and not Silksong, and that's for one reason. And this is another asterisk moment for the books, and it's because the Silksong DLC isn't out yet. So it's not fair to compare because Hollow Knight has like 4 or 5 different DLCs that I feel like the game is just incomplete without. You know what I mean? Look, Silksong, if they put the God Home boss rush mode in the game, you know what I'm saying?
It ain't close.
In 2 years, if that exists, we might be having a different conversation here. But for right now, Hollow Knight is a very specific labor of love that you do not see very often in the gaming industry. It's a beautiful looking game. The soundtrack is amazing. I didn't think I was going to be putting a Metroidvania on my list at all. It's like one. It's a miracle that this dog shit genre of video game. It's like having a country album here. Like it just doesn't make any sense how this could be the case, but it is. I cannot stress this enough. The bosses in Hollow Knight is when you get into that flow state, and every gamer knows this. That flow state, you get this in like Sekiro as well, where you're mastering the parries and all the different sword moves that you have, and you're using like the clay pots to stun enemies and stuff like that. Like you're just in this flow state with this super crazy guy who, at first when you fought him, it felt like sort of an immovable object of a human being who is just has all of the abilities, and you are not able to best him in any way. He's so much faster than you, but then you spend an hour just fucking throwing your head at the wall against him, and you eventually get there through wit and like learning the attacks. Hollow Knight has some of the best bosses in any video game ever. I felt like an absolute god when you get to the 6 Watcher Knights in the City of Tears. That's what it's just 6 of the same guy with a big sword, but it's like genuinely one of the most amazing fights in any game. I could say the same thing about the fucking what are they? The people in the Mantis Lords, where you're fighting one and you go, okay, that wasn't so bad. And then you fight 2 of them at the same time and they're going faster, and you're like, how am I supposed to do that?
Wait a minute,
this is an impossible
it was
phase
that bad.
2. And then somehow, but against all odds, you're able to do that. And then you get to the God Home DLC where you're in the boss rush, and it's only in the special boss rush mode where you do all 3 at the same fucking time. That's crazy, Henry. It's crazy you do that. It's crazy that exists and that it works in this world world where like there's such a rich story, and the game is just looks beautiful. It sounds beautiful. It's so much fun to explore. I can't tell you how much time I've spent just sort of walking around aimlessly, but it's not mindless like fucking Metroid. And
No,
I'm
the
looking
game
for
is
the
beautiful.
one tile in the wall that you have to bomb with the super bomb, because you're supposed to know that one tile is only breakable via the super bomb, which you don't want to use because you only have 5 maximum ammo for it. So you walk around and you don't use it because you only have 5 and you think it's special. But how are you supposed to know that there's none of that? It's just a clean gaming experience with great bosses, and it's awesome, and it's so fluid, and it's amazing. And I could say all the same things about Silksong, but the DLC isn't out yet, and I haven't had enough time with it, so I can't go there.
I'm gonna say right now, I don't have a Hollow Knight or Hollow Knight Silksong on my list, and that is not because I didn't enjoy them. They're fucking wonderful games. But I think if I had to pick between the first like hour or two of Silksong, I've just enjoyed so much.
Yeah, it really so is good. Just so. And going back to Hollow Knight, like it's crazy how much they've just polished and refined sort of the...
It feels so much. It even like looks better somehow. Like the art style is so much better. Almost exactly the same.
Silksong is beautiful. It's actually stunning. Like it's
when
crazy.
You load into like the little like mossy grove area after your cart falls off of the bridge or whatever, and it breaks. I was sitting there. I was like, I didn't even move for the first like 30 seconds. I stared.
Yeah.
And I looked and I listened. And the sound design also fucking excellent. Like, so I was literally just spending time in the beginning area, like walking back and forth onto the grass and off of the grass and listening to the little footsteps change because you're stepping on 2 different surfaces. They didn't have to do that.
No, the attention to detail is crazy, man.
It's so good.
It's great. And that's my number 7 Chungus pick.
I think that's a great number 7 Chungus pick.
Which brings us to your number 6, Henry.
My number 6 spot. This game, this actually saddens me because this is one of my favorite games of all time. Obviously, this is on the list.
I love that it saddens you.
It used to be my favorite game of all time.
How we have fallen from grace.
This was the first video game that I ever completed all the way through, ever. I was 11 when I did that. The year was... When was I 11? The year was 2014. Actually, no. So it was even earlier than that. The year was 2011. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. The year was 2011. I had completed the game. I would have been 9
or 9.
8. No, I would have been 8. You're right. I would have been 8. This game was a special place in my heart. You know, my parents had not yet gotten divorced. I played this game on the living room TV with my family friend Jason. He helped me beat this game. It fucking rocked. I hope Jason's doing well. I think he lives in Texas now.
Okay.
And let me tell you, this game, it will always hold a special place in my heart. But I really had to look back at my whole list and be like, does this hold up to every video game that I've ever played in my entire life? And obviously I still answered yes, because it's on the list. It's at number 6. But it used to be number 1. Number 1 favorite game.
But instead, it's number 6, and it is.
And that number 6 game is Donkey Kong Country Returns. For the Nintendo Wii, specifically. It's on the 3DS, but it's like not as good. And they re-released it fucking again on the Switch, and I didn't buy it. Donkey Kong Country Returns is, in my humble opinion, it's not the most polished like Donkey Kong platformer of all time. Tropical Freeze is really good, but I liked it less. Not a lot less, but a little bit less. Country Returns, the level design, and the fucking soundtrack, dude. The soundtrack is so good.
Shout out Grant.
You get into
or David Wise, I forget.
You get into the World 5 where you're in the forest and you're in and it's so good. And there's a xylophone and he's fucking going hard. And there's this like flute in the background, and it's oh my god, dude, the music is so good. And the music is honestly the best part. It's my favorite part of the game. The level design is good, but the fact that when you're in the level, the music just fits so well. And it's so varied. You start in like this plane and it's like, oh, this is Donkey Kong's island or whatever. And then you go to the beach and you fight crabs and the 3 crabs stand on top of each other and you have to like beat them all one by one. And then after you go to the beach, you go to, what is World 3? Fuck, dude, maybe it's not that memorable. I don't remember the order. I remember World 5 very clearly as the forest world is really good.
I remember 6, Factory. I remember
is the fossil world. World 7 is the factory world. 7 is the factory. 8
there's
is
like
like
a cave
the weird.
one.
The cave one is cave is 4. So 3. What the fuck is 3?
I don't remember.
4 is the cave one. I don't remember. The third one apparently sucks ass.
Okay,
it's not very memorable. But oh my god, the level design is so good. The platforming is very simple. You can pick to play as Donkey. Like you play as Donkey Kong. You can find a barrel that has Diddy Kong in it, which lets you like hover jump for a couple of seconds with his jetpack. The game is pretty. I feel like for the time, the game is very beautiful. Like it's a great game. Oh
yeah, 100%.
No, no. What the fuck is whatever? I'm not gonna remember what World 3 is. It doesn't matter. But again, that game holds such a special place in my heart. I've played Tropical Freeze, and it's like technically more impressive, like literally technology wise, it's better. But Country Returns, man, it will always hold a special place in my heart. They took a break from making Donkey Kong Country games for a while. I think on the SNES was the last time, or maybe they made one for
DKC 3 probably. Yeah, I think was the last one.
And then they waited until the Wii came out, and they came out with a banger, dude. That game fucking rocks. The enemy design is good.
And it was that was the first game with like the new sort of rare design of Donkey Kong. Like Donkey Kong as we know it is from that game.
It's from Donkey Kong Country Returns. That started, and now they're changing them again. And I will say, I've played Bonanza, like Donkey Kong Bonanza. I got it for the Switch too. And that game is so fucking good that I almost considered swapping it out for Country Returns, and I couldn't do it. But I just want everyone to know that I was close, and it is very good.
Okay.
I fucking love Donkey Kong.
I think
he's
Tropical
like my
Freeze
sleeper.
Is better,
Objectively, it is.
I think the levels are just so much more interesting and fun. But I echo all of your positive sentiment for sure.
They absolutely are. The underwater levels in Tropical Freeze, like being able to like actually swim around, those levels fucking rock.
Dude, Dixie Kong underwater is so essential. Using her hair as the jet propellant, so you don't have to do the dumb bullshit that you have to do in the first game.
I may mature in the future and just admit that nostalgia is blinding me and that Tropical Freeze is better, because objectively it is. But there's just something about Country
and the
Returns
ice
that
world
I
in Tropical
love.
Freeze, where every level in the world is from one of the worlds in the first game, and you go on sort of this this nostalgia blast of it's the levels from the first game, but it's all frozen over. So there's these new mechanics. It's all crumbling, and it's dope as hell, man.
They rock. I am very excited for. I hope they make another Donkey Kong platformer. I mean, I love Bonanza and it's good, but I would love another platformer at some point. But yeah, my number 6 spot goes to Donkey Kong Country Returns, because this is my list, and it's about me.
Yeah,
and what I like.
Fuck you, IGN.
Fuck you, IGN. I don't know what they gave the game, but it's probably not a 10.
Probably a 0, because they hate good stuff.
I bet they gave it a 1.
They probably gave it a 1. And you know why?
Anyway.
Because my number 5 pick for my favorite games of all, or my number 6 pick for my favorite games of, I was excited to talk about my number 5 pick, and I skipped over my number 6 pick. But I'm also excited to talk about my number 6 pick. So here we are.
Okay.
My number 6 pick for my list here, and this is not the game that I believe is best gameplay-wise in its genre, but I think I would be mistaken to put anything else but it here. I am gonna have to go with Portal 2 on this one. It's not It's not my favorite puzzle game in the world. I think that honor probably goes to Baba Is You. Funnily enough,
it's a good pick.
It's just like genuinely like if we're talking about quality of puzzle and like how creative and interesting the game is, Baba Is You is. Oh my God, it's beautiful, because Baba is me if you really think about it.
Baba is me,
but
and they're you.
Here's what Portal 2 has that Baba Is You doesn't, and it's 3 names it's GLaDOS, it's Wheatley, and it's Cave Johnson. And those motherfuckers.
You love Cave Johnson.
I love Cave Johnson, man. He's kind of like the Mario of Portal, if you really think about it a little bit.
He is, and you love Mario.
I love Mario so much. Portal is so charming. It's such an interesting world that you can really get lost in. Obviously, like the idea of the game is so funny, or is so like easy and just fun. And it's like, of course, there's a game like this. Like we all want to have portals. You know what I mean? And,
having a portal gun would be awesome.
And they make it into an awesome Portal game. And Portal 1 is like great, but like if you go back and play it today, it's like very apparent that it is like a bullshit tech demo that somehow got released for some reason.
Yeah.
Like Portal 2 is clearly what the game was supposed to be
better
to begin with. But yeah, Portal 2, it's so much more polished. I think all the dialogue is super funny. Like just the atmosphere, like the idea that Portal takes place in the same timeline as Half-Life, but it's just like all underground, and they're just doing like useless bullshit science for no reason because Cave Johnson is a dumbass, and he, for some reason, despite the fact that he invented and he hired a bunch of scientists to figure out how to make portals, he kept thinking like, oh, we're gonna like make this gel really profitable. And he keeps doing like dumb science experiments to make all this dumb bullshit that he thinks is actually going to be important, but instead he ignores like his actual like genius invention that in Half-Life like would have actually mattered if they had known about that technology. But anyway, you can go deep on the lore. I think it's just a great game. The co-op of Portal 2 is also awesome.
Oh, it's so fucking fun.
I love running through the co-op in Portal 2, man. I don't know, dude. It's just so. I think everyone has to have like a Valve game on their list. There's something about those like early Valve years that is so special. They really did just capture some magic, and like I haven't played Half-Life 2, so I can't put it on this list. But maybe if I had, I'd be talking about Half-Life 2 right now. I just didn't have the same. I didn't grow up with that one. And I have Portal 2 here. And it also captures my love of puzzle games. I fucking love puzzle games so much. I love a little puzzle. I love
solving an issue.
Oh, and when I solve a puzzle, oh my God.
It's one of the best feelings in the world.
I'm not joking. It's better than burgers sometimes.
I would agree.
Solving a puzzle.
And that's pretty high praise, especially from you. You love burgers.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I think Portal 2 is just fucking awesome. I think it's hard to deny its brilliance if you just sit down and play it.
Yeah.
It really is, man.
Well, I have a question for you about our honorable mentions. When do you think you would like to insert our honorable mentions?
Well, I'm gonna do it at the end because there's games that I don't know how to insert. I mean, I've been going, like I said, Silksong and Deltarune and fucking Mario Galaxy and shit. I would have loved to put those on here, but I don't have
it could be games that didn't make it on the list. I don't want anyone to narrow down what my top 5 are. But I'm glad that you mentioned...
And Baba Is You, which honestly should be on the list. If Baba Is You had GLaDOS in it, we'd be talking about Baba Is You, but...
Right. Baba Is You just needs GLaDOS. So maybe if they make another one... They make another one like Baba Is Us, maybe. Then maybe GLaDOS will be in there.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you mentioned Valve games, because that brings me to my number 5 game of all time, which I don't think anyone is going to expect because I've never played this game. It's also not a Valve game. My number 5 game is Valorant.
Yeah, man.
I don't have a lot to say about Valorant. It's
very
one of my favorite
inspired by
games.
a Valve game.
Very inspired by a Valve game. CS2, CSGO, Counter-Strike just in general.
I mean, the whole Counter-Strike series is generational. I thought about putting Counter-Strike and Valorant on my list, but yeah, it didn't make it for me.
No, and I don't blame you. I honestly, it just felt... I didn't feel okay about not putting a game on there that I have spent so much of my life playing. Because if I didn't like it that much, why would I do that?
I'll tell you, I thought about this as well. My top 3 most played games of all time, none of them appear on my list.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, 2 of my top most played games of all time are in my top 5.
But I think that's a fair way to think for sure.
But the other one that's in my top 5 is very much different than Valorant. But I had a hard time because I was like, okay, do I really want to include like a massive multiplayer online game in my top 10 favorite games of all time? And obviously I decided that I did because I'm talking about it right now. I don't even necessarily think that Valorant is like better than CS2
I do.
or like CSGO.
It's better.
I don't know. I think it's different. I like it more. Like,
I think it's better. The game is just deeper, think it's fundamentally.
I think it's better and more fun.
It's an improvement on a game that like has not been significantly updated in like 13 years.
Right. Well, and then they went back and they kind of are now making like significant changes to make it more like CS, which I think is interesting. Like, it still has abilities, but their most recent patch is like literally a nerf to every character in the game.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. But I just really enjoy Valorant. There's just so much, like, there are a lot of things that I enjoy about Valorant. The community sucks ass. However, one of my favorite things about Valorant is that it is an online multiplayer game, and I get to go on there and fucking yap it up with some randos. I love that shit. I didn't have an Xbox when I was a kid. Nobody ever called me the N-word on Call of Duty at 3 o'clock at night. So I needed to sort of supplement that experience in my adult life with a different game, and now I can say that I have. I just enjoy Valorant. Like, the character design is fun. I know you don't like all their quips. I love all their quips.
It's not that I don't like them. I'm just in the middle of a game. I don't want to fucking hear them talk. I have to listen to my annoying teammates say the N-word. I don't want to hear Jet say, "Here we go now." I don't give a shit, man.
Yeah, see, but I love it because I love Spider-Man, and you got to quip while you're in the middle of fighting. You know, it just makes sense. That's why Phoenix is my favorite fucking. He's not my main, but he's my favorite character. But it's just, you know, the game's just got so much charm to it. Riot is probably one of the most evil companies of all time, but they make a pretty decent tactical shooter. I think one comparison that people often draw is like the skin comparison between CS. I think the fact that they have like a market for it is way more interesting and much more fun, but I love the gun designs in Valorant. They are really cool and interesting. I think they look better at a baseline than skins in CS2. Like, they just do way more. And I just like how Valorant feels more. It's a little bit more, because you have so many agents with so many different abilities, it allows for much more variance in gameplay than I think you have in CS2. Like, yeah. CS2 has maybe cleaner movement and shooting, I guess I will say, but I think Valorant is more fun. And I have more fun playing it because there's way more to learn and deal with.
Counter-Strike is a little, at this point, it's a little stale. There's really only so many ways to push B site. When every player has a smoke and a nade and a flash and stuff like that. And so the agents just make it more dynamic because you have to choose what abilities you're willing to work with. I guess. So it makes it like the game really is like infinitely deep just because there's so many different things you can do if you do the impossible thing of actually working with the terrorists in your voice chat.
Yep.
Then you're able to, create these like cool combos where you use your abilities together. It really is, I think, like, and people are going to complain about the balance and stuff like that always. But it really is like, it's a well-balanced game. It's a great tactical shooter. Yeah, I don't really see them
fucking fun, man.
improving it significantly in any way. I think it's just a great time. If you get people, I mean, the barrier to entry is like crazy high, but if you stick with it, you should
have like 1 or 2 friends that you can try and play with to get into it, because otherwise you're just gonna have
it's impossible. Yeah. But if you,
I'll do
it,
but like that's
really
because I'm a
rewarding,
psychopath.
Sure.
I love talking to random people. One of my I know I've already mentioned this before, but my favorite Valorant moment is that one time where that tiny 12-year-old kid spoke up in our voice chat, and he was like talking about how no one ever taught him how to shave and shit, and then he started asking me and the other grown men on our team about like life advice because his dad was no longer present, and I was like, dude, that sucks ass, but like this kid is brave, and I respect that. And like, everyone was like being really wholesome and like trying to give him advice about like life and how to talk to girls and like change a tire and shit. And I was like, you know what? Maybe the world is healing. I will say, if you go into Valorant, you won't get that experience 97% of the time. But the 3% of the time you do is pretty fucking awesome. And
yeah, I was gonna say
the
that
game's
doesn't really
fun.
have anything to do with Valorant. It's just you sort of lucked
I know,
into that.
but I just mean like it's.
I like the one time where we were talking to that guy about whether or not he should start taking finasteride.
Yeah, no, that was fun. If he was balding or not, but that's what I'm
and
saying.
He was like 16 or some shit. We were like, yeah,
that's
you should get on that, man.
That's an experience I had in Valorant, and the like facility of it being an online massive multiplayer game with voice chat helped to facilitate that experience.
No,
so
for
that
sure.
is part of my enjoyment. You
it's
know what
magical in that way. I agree.
But also, it's just the one that I enjoy the gameplay of the most as well.
And we all need a little bit of N-word. You know what I mean?
Right. No, I don't think so. I think it's like fine if you're black, but you know, I'm good.
And moving on to my number 5 pick. This is for all the black people out there. I don't know why I said that.
Is it Miles Morales' Spider-Man game? He's bringing the do-rag back?
All the characters in this next game are able to wear a do-rag. And that's something we can all agree on. My number 5 pick is going to be The Last of Us Part 2. And I'm not going with Part 1 here specifically because I hate fucking liberals, I guess. I don't know. The Last of Us 2, I think, attracts a lot more controversy than the first game does because like the story was leaked before it released. So everyone sort of had an opinion about it before it came out. And before experiencing it in general, which is that, you know, in the first game you play as Joel and you see, you know, Joel and Ellie have this relationship at the start of the game. It's Joel has to fucking bring this fucking kid across the country, and the kid's a fucking twerp and she's annoying.
This stupid annoying kid.
And Joel is just trying to like, you know, live in a post-apocalyptic world. He lost his daughter. His life fucking sucks, okay? He has to shoot guns at zombies and life is awful and stuff like that. But they grow alongside each other, and you see, you know, Joel sort of open up as he gets to know Ellie a little bit better, and it's just a great. I mean, the first game is celebrated for its amazing story in the first place, and a lot of people just never gave the second game the fair shake that it deserves. I think the story did upset a lot of people because it gets rid of Joel in the first like 10 minutes. So everyone's favorite guy was gone. And then like the ending, I guess I won't spoil, or I guess I will spoil. I don't really give a fucking, I don't give a fucking chungus fuck, dude.
You don't give a freaking flying heck.
I don't give a heckin' chungus, dude. So, you know, the ending made a lot of people upset because it's like, you know, Ellie did all of this work to kill Abby because Abby killed Joel, and we get to the end and you do all this fighting and all this strife, you do all this work to get to the ability just to have the shot at killing Abby, and Ellie just doesn't do it. She just gives up in that moment. But I think it really is this beautiful story of like parallels between the first game, where you see Joel at the beginning of the first game be this sort of like cold, desolate human who learns how to experience love and find joy in the world through his companionship with Ellie, but also with other people that they meet, you know, through the little settlements that you go through and stuff like that, and like he reconnects with his brother. And in the second game, we see Ellie sort of start out as Joel in the first game, like sort of desolate, despondent because of the conflict that they have at the end of the first game. And it goes through this beautiful narrative arc where then, you know, Joel is dead and you have to play as Abby, the guy who killed Joel, the guy that you fucking liked. And it forces you to look at Abby as a human, a person, a product of their environment who did what they had to do to survive, because Joel killed Abby's dad at the end of the first game. So it's all about revenge. It's this needless violence. And Ellie kind of realizes this like needless violence at the very end of the game, being like, you know what, you're just a person, and I can choose to just be happy and live the way that I want to live. It's really a beautiful story, I think, if you dig into it. And the game is obviously just beautiful. I think the soundtrack is super awesome. The world is so expansive, and like there's so many weird little secrets to discover. And I think that, you know, it's not like the most flashy gameplay wise or anything like that. But I think as far as like zombie survival stuff goes, it's pretty dang fun. You get to use fucking bomb arrows. That's dope. You know what I'm saying? You get to go down into the deep darks and fight a big fucked up mushroom zombie that's like, it's the size of Thor and stuff like that. That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
And you get to go all these cool locales, and there's these cults that you have to go through. There's so many interesting...
And you love a good cult.
Everyone loves a good cult, man. So you just go to all these different little worlds within like Seattle and like Santa Barbara or wherever the fuck the game takes place. I don't remember.
Boston.
It's just the first game starts out in Boston. But
sorry.
You never go back there, man.
My bad. Last of Us.
The second game is entirely on the West Coast.
Yeah.
And like Colorado or whatever. But yeah, it's just a beautiful game, man. I think again, like not the best game ever to play. Like it's not the most fluid. It's not the most like challenging or whatever. But I think it totally works for what it is as like a narrative statement.
I think it also does a really good job of what you're talking about, of like the idea of telling a story through the medium of a video game, kind of like how Undertale does. But I think it does it in a much more accessible, like direct way than Undertale does. Like it's very much like, they made an HBO show about it, which I am now watching with Pele, and the adaptation is pretty good. The show's
pretty good.
We haven't finished it yet, but I've really been fucking enjoying it so far, and it's making me remember a lot about what happens in The Last of Us because it's been a while since I've touched it. But dude, it's really good. It's very approachable. I think it's a very like emotional story.
The
it's
game
heart-wrenching,
is also man.
Really beautiful, like just visually.
Yeah, it's probably the game visually that looks the best out of all the games on my list, apart from maybe my next pick, depending on how you look at it.
Maybe your next pick.
No, I think Last of Us Part 2 is probably better, but
okay.
Yeah, I think playing Last of Us 2 is damn, it's just a once in a lifetime experience. If I could pick one game to play again for the first time, oh man,
it would be okay. Good to know. All right. Well, speaking of the point that I made previously, where two of my top 3 most played games of all time are on my list, that brings me to number 4 on my list of my top 10 games of all time.
Okay, just say we got to stop with the filler, man. You just say what the game is.
Okay. My number 4 game is Smash Ultimate.
Okay.
I love Smash Ultimate. It's a great game to play with friends. I've played hundreds of hours of Smash. It is my favorite platform fighter. It's got all your favorite Nintendo guys in it, and even some that are not Nintendo. It's just a good fucking game. It's fun. It's a great platform fighter. I think Smash Brawl has the most like interesting extra modes to a Smash Brothers game for sure. Subspace Emissary, they're not going to make anything better than that, mostly because they haven't tried, but they could if they really wanted to. But it just it's just the most polished version of Smash, and it is one of my most played games of all time, and I fucking love Smash Ultimate.
It's hard to argue with the whole selling point of Smash Ultimate was, hey, what if we did all the things that we've ever done in Smash, but at the same time? And then they did.
Well, that would be great. And then also, I think it would be even better if they, had like the Subspace Emissary. But
they have the story mode.
That shit sucks ass, Jackson.
Okay. It's your list, man. I don't know.
I know. I'm just saying. The game as a base is so much better than Brawl. Like, it's more fluid. It's more fun. There are way more characters to choose from. Like, it's everything you want from a platform fighter. But the story mode in Brawl is incredible. But yeah.
I can't name a better fighting game.
It's tough to name.
Nintendo has this weird thing where they have like these. For some reason, they have like 5 games that are like the pinnacle of their genre, and it's like not really even contested. And Smash is part of that.
Yeah, it is the best, most polished platform fighter. People are getting closer. I will say, it's getting better.
It's hard to argue with like you can be Kirby, and Kirby can eat Bayonetta, you know what I mean? Like it's
right, and then
no other
Kirby
game will have anything like
and
that.
And a bob.
That's crazy, man.
And then you get feet guns as Kirby, which is awesome because his feet are so small. Or you consume Minecraft Steve, which he's in there, which is crazy. You consume Minecraft Steve as Kirby, and you turn into a cube.
I'm not going to lie. Taking Steve out of the game might put it on my list for me.
See, and I don't play competitively, and that's exactly why it's on my list.
I don't either. Steve still shouldn't be in the game.
Oh, I fucking love that he's there.
And neither should fucking Kingdom Hearts Sora either. I'm still mad about that one.
I agree that there are so many better characters that could have been in the game. But you know, I still love
They could at least pick a character from a game series that doesn't have 80% of their games suck ass.
Is that Kingdom Hearts?
That's Kingdom Hearts, obviously.
Okay. I've never played a Kingdom Hearts game because I've heard they've sucked ass.
Yeah, man. Who wants to play Kingdom Hearts 3.33 time remaining remastered Requiem HD, dude?
I don't know. With Dante
on the PS Vita. Like, shut up, dude.
Not me. All right.
Number 4. It was brought up earlier. I'm going with Baldur's Gate 3. It's a sneaky pick. It's a sneaky pick that slid out of nowhere into my life
that it would be on your list
this year.
I was surprised we hadn't heard it yet.
It's actually crazy how much I'm so sad that I wrote off Baldur's Gate when it came out. I was like, I don't know, it's fucking D&D nerd shit. I don't care.
I did the same thing.
I don't care. And then we played it, and it was so fucking awesome. And this is why I didn't say more earlier, just because I knew it was coming up on my list. But yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 is awesome, man. I think there's something to be said about games that are so like infinitely complex. Like they are so free. They allow you to do so much. There's really no one true way to play the game. If you want to just buy a bunch of explosive barrels and throw shit at every enemy in the game, you can do that, and it will work as well as pretty much any other strategy that you can do. The interactability between like the other characters in your party and like the environment and the gear that you pick up throughout the game, like the combat, and you can get so deep with it, and that's the stuff I love. Is like if a game allows me to fucking put my hands on the mechanics and I can squeeze them and I can squeeze them and I can keep squeezing them and they don't ever get dry. Ooh, that's so fucking good, man. Which is why I've played the game, 4 times all the way through now, which is crazy because Baldur's Gate 3 is fucking huge, and Act 1 is really ginormous, and Act 2 is even bigger, and Act 3 is the biggest act of all of them, and it's like, it's half the game in and of itself, and there's so much to do, and the characters are so cool, and it's such a polished experience. It's really hard to say anything bad about Baldur's Gate 3.
It's because it's peak video game.
I wouldn't argue against that.
Well, I guess it's not peak video game enough because we still have 3 picks left, bringing us to our number 3 spot. For Henry's
it's we're in the top 3 now. This is the big boy zone.
This is the big boy zone of games.
This is the best of the best games live in the top 3.
If you know me, which you do, I think you could probably guess the top 3 games on my list like pretty easily. But I don't want you to because I'm going to tell you, and you don't need to guess.
Okay.
Number 3
I don't like guessing
is Breath of the Wild.
All right.
I think Tears of the Kingdom is objectively a better game. There's more to do in it. There's more stuff. It's exactly like Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. For me, it's that I think technically Tears of the Kingdom is a better game. There's more to do. There's more shit. But oh man, when I opened Breath of the Wild for the first time and I ran through the Great Plateau and I killed that bokoblin smoking that fucking apple before the church, holy shit, that game is awesome. Breath of the Wild was like a genre redefining game for The Legend of Zelda. And if I could go back and play any video game again for the first time with no knowledge of its existence, I would pick Breath of the Wild for sure. It's not even close. That game fucking rocks. Speaking of games that let you push the mechanics to their limit, I mean, that was the beginning. Tears of the Kingdom is much better. You can build a flying vehicle that drops bombs onto your enemies. You can build a glider. You can build a motorcycle. Tears of the Kingdom is much more versatile in the tools that are at your hands or at your fingertips. But Breath of the Wild it was just a redefining moment for The Legend of Zelda, and that is my Zelda pick. It
Dude,
is my favorite Zelda game.
here's the thing about Tears of the Kingdom, man. I agree with you that I think it is probably objectively better. The reason I think you can't say Tears of the Kingdom is better than Breath of the Wild is solely because of that first time experience. Like
Yeah,
once you understand and know the world of Breath of the Wild, it's impossible to look at Tears of the Kingdom with like that fresh like if I had just played Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild didn't exist, then
yeah. If they released that first and there was no
like
Tears of the Kingdom,
going
it
through
would
the
be
world and like having to climb each mountain for the first time by hand, you know what I mean? That's what the game is fucking about. And
yeah.
you don't get that in Tears of the Kingdom, even if it is like objectively better in pretty much every way.
Yeah, it just is. It literally is in every
But
way.
Breath of
But
the Wild
I still
really is
think,
like that premier gaming experience. Like I mean, it was a moment where you dead ass just had to be there. Like it was day one Switch, and you boot it up, and it's fucking beautiful.
it's
It's probably the
gorgeous.
best looking Nintendo game to date. Uh,
Yes.
and the DLC only made it better. The Trial of the Sword, dope as hell. You get the cool ass fucking motorcycle and stuff like that, so you
Hmm.
can traverse the world a bit easier because the horses are fucking stupid. I hate the goddamn horses in
Oh,
that game.
really? I can't do. I
I know
love
you
the
love the
horses.
horses. We've talked about this. I
I
hate the
love them.
fucking horses, man.
Someone put so much time into those, though.
They did a shit job. I'm not gonna lie. The horses are so annoying to control for me, man. I don't know what to tell you, but
Interesting. Yeah, I
Breath of
love
the
them.
Wild is awesome. Like it really is. I agree with you. If you could play one game for the first time again, it's hard not to talk about Breath of the Wild.
Yeah,
Like that's in the conversation for sure. And
but
it
I'm sure
really
they're
is
probably
like I don't think there's a if we're talking about open world games, I really don't think there's a better uh representative, for a game that like truly utilizes its world to the extent that Breath of the Wild does.
yeah.
And so my number 3 pick talking about a world that we can utilize to its fullest extent,
Right.
except this is a game that you can never truly utilize to its fullest extent because it's quite frankly too big, Henry. Uh, my number 3 is Minecraft.
Wow.
I mean, look,
It's tough to not,
Henry,
Jackson.
Henry, look. Minecraft, it's what the fuck am I even supposed to say? We've all listened to Captain Sparkles talk for 1,000 hours about why the game is awesome. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's hard for me to add anything to the conversation. I was young when I first played it. The game really is that magical. It's only continued to be updated in like positive ways. It's crazy that you can make a computer that like you can
Works.
you can like connect your face cam to the inside of the game and build a computer in Minecraft and it works. And that's
Yep.
crazy. And you can order dominoes in Minecraft and you can go on the Hypixel server and talk to pedophiles. That's awesome.
In Minecraft?
In
You can do all
Minecraft.
of it in Minecraft.
You could do all of it. But even if the game had no multiplayer at all, I think it would still be number 3 on my list, which is a testament
Yeah.
to like just how I don't know. It's fucking Legos. How do you argue with Legos? Like you
Yeah,
literally
we love Legos.
you can literally do fucking anything in the game. It's so customizable. I don't know, man. It's brilliant. Like if you've played Minecraft for 1,000 hours like I have, you're fucking lying to yourself if you don't think it's like the greatest shit of all
One
time.
of your favorite games.
Like,
of all time.
I don't know what to tell you. It's fucking Minecraft. Like, what are we doing here? I don't need to tell you why it's on the list, man. It just
Yeah.
it
No,
is. It has to be.
It's a great pick.
It
Yeah.
has to be. And look, we got to talk about fucking, shout out C418 on the soundtrack.
Yeah.
I don't know how they made that one work. It's a game that, like, by all means should not have a soundtrack. It shouldn't work
Yeah,
the
but
way
yet
that it does.
It fits so well.
And yet everything in the game just sort of makes sense. You know what I mean? It's somehow instantly recognizable and understandable to all of us, even if we, like a bike, we've forgotten how to ride it for a little bit.
Yeah, you hop back in the saddle and you're immediately just like, shit, I gotta go get wood.
But you get back
hit
in
a
there
cave.
and it all is just like, oh, it's it's a fucking weekend and we're hanging out with our friends and we're playing Minecraft and it's fucking awesome, man. And it's Minecraft, so Minecraft's my number 3, dude. Whatever.
It's a great number 3.
I'm a fucking chungus, Henry.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, okay. No, it's hey, you're a chungus. I'm a chungus. And this chungus' number 2 game, I think might surprise you.
I'm ready to be surprised.
Yeah, it's Minecraft. Number 2 is Minecraft.
I figured.
I guess I like it a little bit more than you. But yeah, I fucking love Minecraft, man. There's nothing you can't do in Minecraft. Like so much of my and everyone's not everyone's childhood, but so many people's
at this point,
childhood
everyone's
from our
childhood.
generation is rooted in Minecraft.
It's all Minecraft, man.
Like it's all Minecraft. It always has been, and I hope that it always will be because it is a great fucking game and it's a good outlet. Like you just build fucking. I really don't have that much more to add than you just said. Minecraft is great. You can do whatever the fuck you want in Minecraft, and they keep adding updates to the game to make it better. They're never gonna make a sequel because there's nothing you could do to like build on it that much.
No.
They're just gonna keep adding shit that keeps making Minecraft better. I hope I get to play Minecraft with my nieces and nephews, or if I have kids, whatever. Like, I hope that people play Minecraft for the next 200 years.
Dude, Minecraft has the best
Until the
quality assurance team of all time. Like, they could have, if fucking Microsoft wanted to, like, add, microtransactions and, like, all the dumb Roblox bullshit into the game, they would have done that. But the quality assurance team is like, no, we're keeping it fucking Minecraft. Like, they really understand that there is, like, an ethos and a community that, like, cares about the sort of purity is not the right word, but, like, the purity of the game is so fragile, and they maintain that so well, I feel like. Like, even if the updates sometimes feel like they're not really adding much, they are very much keeping intact, like, the core gameplay loop of the
core
game.
Minecraft experience.
And they're trying to keep that experience, like, as sort of intended, but, like, playing into sort of the nature of the game, if that makes sense.
Like, unironically, I was playing Minecraft last night with Chloe. And we like booted up a world and we started a new Minecraft world, and they added copper in the most recent update, like as their, like that is the thing. It's like the Copper Age update, and there's like a copper golem and all this shit. But you can now make copper armor. And I was like, dude, it's like so readily accessible. There's no stone like armor equivalent, or I guess it's chainmail, but it's not like you could just find it. Like they added like a new step into the game. Like normally you get into the game, you get a wooden pickaxe from a tree, you mine stone, you get a stone pickaxe, you try and find iron, but that's like a little bit more difficult and takes a little bit longer, especially if you're playing the game as intended on like normal or hard mode, and there's a shit ton of mobs everywhere, you're getting your ass kicked. Now there's a little bit more of an in-between step where you get stone tools, and then you can use those to get copper, and then you can get full copper armor and tools, and then you can go find iron. And I was like playing last night, and I was like, this just feels so natural. Like they just implemented something into the game that still feels so core to like the Minecraft experience, and they just keep doing it. The game fucking rocks.
Yeah, man.
And it will never not rock.
Every time they add something, I'm like, man, how has this not already existed in the game? It feels so good and right and true.
Right.
Damn, dude.
Which brings us to your number 2 spot, which feels so right and true in the number 2 spot.
This is a surprising pick for me. I knew this game was going to be on my list. I did not think it was going to get this high. But nonetheless, here we are, Henry.
I'm very curious.
Here we fucking are. I'm just a little fucking chungus. Of course I have to put this up here.
Of course this is at number 2. What other game would we even fucking put?
Yeah, Henry, I'm going with Celeste at number 2 game of all time for me. I'm going with Celeste.
Sense, yeah.
I think it's just oh my God, Henry. Oh my God, I'm a little chungus for this
Jackson,
game.
It is like probably the best platform.
Ooh, I'm a little fucking chungus now, Henry. Do you feel it? Do you feel the chungus everywhere? Ooh, I fucking feel it, Henry.
You're chunging all over the place. I'm chunging everywhere.
Dude, I fucking love Celeste, man. I love it
It's
so
great.
much, man.
I let me tell you right now, if Donkey Kong if Celeste had as good of a soundtrack as Donkey Kong Country Returns, it would be on my list. And that's all there is to it.
I'm telling you right now, I think Celeste has a better soundtrack than Donkey Kong Country Returns. I'll say
And
that
you know what?
right now.
I think we like
and
different
that's
music.
that's
and
only because I
okay.
hate British people.
And that's fair. I get that.
Shout out Lena Raine on the soundtrack of Celeste, but also like everyone else who works on the game. It's awesome. I think it's one of those games that is so easy to understand. It's so easy to pick up. All you have is you have a jump and you have a dash and you can hold the wall sometimes, and that's basically about it. That's all the game does essentially. And it sort of slowly introduces these mechanics. Like in the first level, you have the momentum-based platforms that move, and you jump when they're moving to get a bigger jump, and then you dash after the big jump. Ooh, I'm a little chungus for when you string some good shit together, dude. Oh my God,
it feels great.
Oh my God.
It feels so good.
And they just do that over and over and over again, and it all works together in the level design with each other. It's just such a simple game. It's so effective. But beyond, just good platforming and good level design, I think the game has a great atmosphere. It has a nice little story. I love the themes about mental health. I think, the soundtrack is dope as hell. The only complaint I have about Celeste is that there isn't more of it. I feel like they released the one fucking extra level as free DLC at like 3 years after the game came out or something like that. They're like, here's the longest, hardest level in the game. Have fun
we've ever
with that.
made. Try and get long and hard and play this level.
And it's even somehow longer and harder than all of they have remixes of the main levels. There's the B and the C side. The B side being like the harder version of the main levels, and then the C side. I think the C sides are only 3 screens, but they're some of the hardest levels in the game. You know what I mean? Like that's a crazy thing to do. I don't know. It's just so instantaneous candy for your eyes and for your ears and for your mouth and for my little chungus body.
The game is beautiful.
The game is beautiful. It sounds amazing. Oh my God, I'm not even gonna say it. You don't even want to know what I'm a little of.
We probably don't even know either. I don't think we know.
I don't know, man. I think it's hard to. It really is just like what do you add to Celeste other than more game? You know what I mean? But that's the thing. I think if you add more to it, it's like it takes away from what's already there. Like it's a very tight package. You know what I mean? Everything is specifically crafted. It really is just a perfect platformer in my mind. Like I don't know how you do.
I think it is.
It better than that, and it increments in such a way that like I wish other platformers did. Like if you play fucking Mario and you get to the end of the game, you're still Mario, and it sucks balls because you can't do shit that you can do at the movement is the same. You know what I mean? There's no progression of growth or understanding of like level design. But in Celeste, you grow. You grow as you climb the mountain, and you grow as you overcome depression or whatever. I don't really give a shit.
Right. Okay.
It's just rewarding, and it's beautiful, and it's awesome, and it's challenging, and it's a fun game to play over and over and over and over and over again, and I love it, and it's awesome. And it's my number 2 Chungus pick.
I think that's a great Chungus pick, man. Well, this is it. This is the final frontier.
This is it. This is number.
I'm gonna be honest.
1.
You know exactly what my number 1 game is, and I have no clue what yours could be.
My number 1 was a very easy pick for me.
My number 1 was also a very easy pick for me.
I really didn't have to think about it at all. I mean, I feel like you could figure it out, but
yeah, probably. I just based on the rest of your list, I'm now like sort of thinking about maybe you've. I don't know.
I mean, I switched a lot of stuff around that I was surprised about, so I don't know.
My number 1 game is Pikmin 3, obviously. Duh. It's the fucking greatest RTS of all time.
You don't hang a banner in your dorm room
you don't hang a banner in your dorm room.
The sequel of your favorite game.
Your favorite game. And then it releases and then it's not as good. But that's okay. You still enjoyed it.
And it was still like worth the journey or whatever.
It was still worth the journey. Now I'm just waiting for the 5th one. It's fine. Maybe it'll be as good. I figured out I don't like the even-numbered Pikmins as much as the odds. 1 and 3 are better than 2 and 4.
I think.
Well, actually, 2 is really good.
I was gonna say 2 is definitely better than 1.
2 is way better than 1.
It's actually significantly better, and it's like not close.
Well, and it's like, so 3 feels like a sequel to 1, and 4 feels like a sequel to 2. But I like 3 way more than 1, and I like 2 way more than 4.
Yeah.
So 2 and 3 are my faves.
But,
and 2 plus 3 is 5. So I'm hoping that Pikmin 5 really slams it out of the park.
But Henry, what is it about Pikmin 3 that makes it the best freaking game of all freaking
It's just the best freaking game of all time. Have you ever thought about that? You're such a small little guy. You're right. Through all these
stupid.
Gardens.
I'm stupid. How could I not like being a small little guy?
You're a small little guy. There are cool little monsters that look sort of like the little insects and creatures that you're familiar with now, but you realize that they're a little bit different because this game takes place like tens of thousands of years after humans have died off. And so we've got all these, you're a little tiny guy and you're from another planet. And so you travel to Earth and you see all these environments that you're totally familiar with, but they look so weird because you're so small. And you, a human being, are such a big person. You're not a Kopite or a Hokutatian. You're not a small little 1 centimeter tall guy.
No.
You're like 175 centimeters tall. And so when you're a 1 centimeter little guy, you get a little appreciation for the environment around. The game's just fucking beautiful.
Oh yeah.
It's on the Wii U, and I still think if it was released today, it would be a beautiful game. People would be like, "This looks good." It looked great at the time. It's probably the best looking game on the Wii U. It's probably the best looking game on the fucking Switch. I can't lie, because they just ported it.
Yeah.
It looks better than Pikmin 4. I don't know how they made it look worse. Like, Pikmin 4 is just more cartoony. It's just that the art style is different.
Yeah,
but, like,
yeah.
Pikmin 3 has this, like, sense of, like, gritty realism to it that I love because
It's
it
so
contrasts the
strange.
game so much because it's so weird and funny.
Yeah.
And you're just like a little guy who has little aliens.
But it
That's
works
weird.
so well for some reason.
But it works so well. And you command all your little troops and you like collect things and you work as a team. And I love being part of a team. And you got to collect all this food and the bosses are just so fucking fun. It's intuitive. The music is good. The levels are really interesting. Like I just like fucking everything about the game. It's great. It's so fun. Like I just and I think for me like Pikmin 4 like almost I love how like natural the environments in Pikmin 3 feel. Like they all feel like places that I have seen. I like look at a little section of like a park that I'm walking through and I go, "Oh, there's like a tree stump that like sort of meets this like little canal and like, maybe there's some like caves down there that animals live in and whatever."
Yeah.
And I'm like, that looks like it would be in Pikmin. And then like in Pikmin 4 and like Pikmin 2, there are like these caves and shit and it's like, yeah, now I'm in like a weird robotic like air duct thing. And I'm like, that just feels like it just feels less real to me. And like I just really like the natural environments in Pikmin 3. Like the game is just fucking beautiful. It's just nice to look at. It's fun. The Pikmin are fun. All the different types of Pikmin that allow you to deal with like different environmental hazards are cool. I wish that they made more underwater levels, but that's fine. The ones that are there are still really cool. It just will always hold a special place in my heart. I think there will eventually be a game that will dethrone Pikmin 3 as my favorite game. I do genuinely believe that. There are games that I do objectively think are better than Pikmin 3. Celeste is one of those games. But I just enjoy Pikmin 3 so fucking much, dude. I'm just a little chungus for Pikmin 3. I fucking love that shit.
I do too, man. Celeste almost made my list, to be honest, but I couldn't kick out Earthbound for fucking Pikmin 3, man.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
I mean, it's just, damn. Pikmin 3 is awesome. It really is like the pinnacle of a genre in a weird way. Like every other RTS game like sucks ass. It's like weird and clunky.
It's so not fun.
And every RTS looks like dog shit for some reason.
Yeah, but Pikmin is so
and Pikmin 3 has this very interesting like it has that strange Nintendo weirdness that they only like, it feels like once every like 5 years Nintendo whips out a weird game. And Pikmin was just one of those things where they were like, I don't know, this is crazy. What if we did this on the GameCube? And then they did it.
And then they did.
And it just worked. It's like a Chibi Planet Robobot, but it actually makes sense.
Yeah, and is good.
And is good, I suppose. I don't know. Pikmin 3 is very special, for sure. There really is no other game like it. I think
it's my
I
it's
think
my favorite. It's my fave in the
I
series.
think it's a solid #1 pick, if I do say so myself, man.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. It's a very Henry pick, but that's like the point of the fucking list. Everyone knows that I like Pikmin.
I think it makes total sense, man. I
And
wouldn't
let's
want
hear
it
your
any other
#1
way.
very Jackson pick.
Look, Henry, if astute listeners who have been paying very close attention will know that I have yet to pick a game from the Legend of Zelda series, and this is where my pick is going to end up. It is going to end up at #1, and I'll do the same. We'll do the same exercise that I did with the Mario.
I knew that this would happen
at the start. Okay. Look, I love Zelda. Zelda is awesome, man. It's timeless. Right. It's playful. It's inventive. It's constantly, challenging what it means to be a Zelda game. There's so many. I genuinely, there's like 3 games that I could put in this top spot.
Yeah. And that says something about a series. Like, that's fucking crazy.
So, Henry, what game do you think I put as my favorite game of all time on the fucking Chungus list?
Did you fucking put Ocarina of Time?
No, I didn't put Ocarina of Time. I put its little brother.
Yes!
Majora's Mask.
Thank you.
I thought about Majora's Mask and Breath of the Wild. Majora's Mask, I think, just hit me at the right time in my life when I was younger.
Yeah.
It's just sort of this magical, mystical experience. Majora's Mask, if you don't know, is this like weird. It has a very strange development lore. Basically, they made Ocarina of Time, and Ocarina of Time was a smash hit. They worked on it forever because it was like the first 3D Zelda game, so they had to get it right, and they kind of nailed it. I think Ocarina of Time, returning to it now, it's like very clunky and weird, and like
not as good as Majora's Mask.
Some of the puzzles in the dungeons are like, try looking up and you find like an eye on the wall that you have to shoot with your bow and arrow, and then you shoot it and it opens a door, and like that's the whole room, and it feels like, yes, that at that point in time it was like these are the first games being made in 3D. Like it's understandable that like some of this would exist, And I think Majora's Mask inherits some of that. But Majora's Mask, I forget who it was at the company, but there was essentially like this idea that like, what if we tried to make a Zelda game, but like really fast? So I think Majora's Mask was developed in like 8 or 9 months or something like that. And they just reused all of the assets from Ocarina of Time. But it's not a sequel in the traditional sense. They really like flipped the script on them. And they use all of the characters in like the characters, some of them will be the same, but they'll have almost sometimes entirely different personalities, and they'll do different stuff, and they believe in different stuff. And I think some of the mechanics of Majora's Mask can have that Ocarina of Time like clunkiness, like the day-night cycle. I know some people are like super pissed about, and it is like annoying to work around if you don't like know the game already. But it gives the game so much more life. Like all the characters have, this routine that they do over the course of the 3 days. But it's like going through these, this sort of like Groundhog's Day time loop where you're able to like interact with the characters on different days, having them see them in different timelines. Like in one timeline, you go through this side quest with them and you get to see them in this way, and otherwise this is what happens to them. So you get a much deeper understanding of the world around you than you would otherwise get, like the wedding side quest where you interact with the fucking little kid who like lost his parents or whatever, and there's a marriage,
so sad.
And the moon is coming down. The moon is freaky. What's up with the fucking moon? I don't know what
why is he coming to Earth? So, he's supposed to stay up there in the sky.
The Chungus moon. I think Majora's Mask has like just the most interesting world to me. Like it's creepy, it's weird, it's mysterious, it's magical. I feel like you get to interact with it more because of the masks. Like you're able to transform into these other races. I mean, I don't know what else to call it. They are races, right?
Yeah, you're
like
right.
Species? I don't know.
If only there was a do-rag that let me transform into another race.
The Majora's Mask do-rag that turns you into a black guy.
Yeah, come on. Why didn't Link have that one? That's kind of strange.
That's low-key fire. But like you get to transform into these other creatures that allow you to like see the world in different ways and interact with different people and see like what, see what the Zora culture is like and stuff like that. Like it's these insights into different parts of the world and the way it all sort of works together, and these people communicate and they deal with the extinction of the world because they know that the moon is going to crash and everyone's going to fucking die like the big chungus they are. I think Majora's Mask also has the best dungeons of any Zelda game, better than Ocarina of Time, although Ocarina of Time like is good despite some of the hiccups that it does have. Yeah, man, I don't know. I think it just hit me at the right point in my life. It's a magical, awesome little experience that, and it really is one of those things. Like, I don't think a game like Majora's Mask can be repeated. Like, you do have to make a lot of dumb, stupid decisions to come up with the bullshit that they did. And I'm so grateful that it happened, to be honest. I did think about putting Breath of the Wild in this spot, and I couldn't do it solely because of the fact that I hate the fucking shrines and the dungeons in Breath of the Wild. And they're
just not as good.
Deadass, that's literally the only reason that I can't put Breath of the Wild here.
Yeah, and I think that's totally fair. I think that's very valid. They're not as good.
And I like the gimmick of like, you move the elephant trunk to move the water to different place in the dungeon or whatever, but it doesn't make up for the fact that it's like low-key stupid.
All the shrines suck ass.
And 120 shrines in the game, and they all, like, a third of them are just you go in and there's a guy that you fight for 2 seconds, and then you're done.
And then you get a reward.
And then you have to open a chest to see a great flame sword with 24 damage, and most of your weapons are already, like, more than that halfway into the game, so you just opened a chest for no reason.
Well, and also, or if you want to take it, you have to get rid of one of your weapons that you already have that you like.
So I don't know. That's
I'm glad you said Majora's Mask, because I feel like stereotypically people are like, oh, well, I love Majora's Mask. It's like a little bit more of like the indie pick, but like I got to go with the classic Ocarina of Time. But Majora's Mask is just like better in every way. It's got
so much more character to it, so much more life. It really is a world that you can get lost in. Like it has that Saturday morning cartoon, man. I don't know what it is about it, but it's just wacky and weird, and it's okay being wacky and weird.
Yeah.
And I like it for that frickin' reason, and I'm a frickin'
and we love that about
for it, and that's frickin' fine because we're all frickin' chunguses. I don't know why I keep doing this.
It's okay, man.
But that's my list that I've released finally.
I'm glad that we both released our lists.
The list has been released now.
It will fly off into the wind. People can read the list and hear about it.
Yeah.
Through the whispers of the wind.
That's awesome, man. I think we both have pretty good lists, dude. Okay, I guess
think we have great lists.
Honorable mentions. What else do you want to?
You want me to go through? I'm just gonna say them. I'm not gonna give all my thoughts about them because if I did, we would be here.
We're already at 2 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually have exactly 10 honorable mentions as well to add onto my top 10 favorite games. My honorable mention, and feel free to give your thoughts about these if you would like to. Honorable mentions. Some of these were surprising for me, and some of them were not. My honorable mentions: Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, timeless classic. I think that makes sense. Fucking love that game. Yeah. Great. Mario Wonder is on my honorable mentions, which I didn't really think that I loved Mario 2D platformers that much until I played Mario Wonder. That shit's weird as fuck, and it's so fun. Balatro, spent a lot of time playing Balatro. Okay. Game's fun as fuck. It's a good time. Among Us is on my honorable mentions.
That's crazy.
I fucking love Among Us. I don't care. The judgment, I've already thought about the judgment that I will receive for this decision, and that's fine. Fortnite is on my honorable mentions. Stardew Valley is on my honorable mentions. Risk of Rain 2, Rocket League, Wild Frost, Horizon Zero Dawn, and my most controversial pick is Anthem, the game made by EA they decided to disconnect from the internet. And I fucking love that game for the same reason that I love Spider-Man. It has great movement. It makes you feel fucking awesome, and flying around in that game rocks. It just sucks that it was made by EA instead of any sort of developer that cares, because it could have been really fun. But the story's dog shit. It's not interesting. at all. The combat is really fun and flying around is really fun, which is why I like it, but I don't like it enough to put it on my list at all.
Yeah, I good picks, man. Here's what I got for you. Okay, I also have Stardew Valley. I don't think
Good.
Stardew Valley really doesn't broach any of these other games in terms of quality.
No, but
like
it is great.
I mean, it just doesn't compare at the end of the day. But it really is like the best of its genre, I think. And the way like it's endured, like Stardew Valley is one of the best selling games of all time now, which is crazy to think about because it is just made by a guy.
One guy.
And he just likes Harvest Moon, you know what I mean? And he made his version of Harvest Moon, which is kind of dope. I do have Counter-Strike on here, even though I think Valorant is better, but I think Valorant like owes a lot of its identity to Counter-Strike. So I don't know. It's sort of a Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 situation for me there.
Type B. Yeah.
Deltarune, I think in 10 years we're going to be talking about Deltarune. Maybe every day, forever.
Maybe forever. It might be the greatest game that anyone's ever made. And by anyone, we mean Toby Fox.
It's so dope, man. It's so awesome. I do have Splatoon 2/3 on here, which I have to include because it's, I have 2,000 fucking hours in the series at this point.
Right.
Splatoon 3 is better. I have less hours in it. I sort of cashed out all of my Splatoon stocks by the time the third game came out, so I don't have a lot to say on it, even though I think the story mode is better and the multiplayer is like an improvement in every way. I think Splatoon, it's underrated. I think there's a reason it's like the fastest selling game in Japan ever when it came out.
Yeah, it's fun.
It should be in more people's conversations for like one of the better, especially like console shooter games for sure. I think Nintendo had a really interesting take there. I do have Geometry Dash. It is my most played game of all time. I don't know how many hours I have in it. I have almost 1,000 hours on Steam, and I would say I have at least 4x that on my phone before it was on Steam.
Right.
So I do think Geometry Dash is the best game you can play on your phone, and there's like no question about it. But again, like the game, 90% of its enjoyment comes from the level editor and the people who spend hundreds of hours buried in that, making the game as fun as it is. So it feels a little cheap to put it on the list, similar to Super Mario Maker, which I also love. I have Banjo-Kazooie, which is dope.
Oh.
I think that's the only 3D platformer I would put on the list, apart from maybe Mario Galaxy, but I think Banjo-Kazooie's better. I do have Pikmin 3 as well.
Hell yeah.
Which I almost put in the 10. I'm not joking with you.
Really?
I almost did. It was really close, but I don't know. I couldn't kick out Paper Mario. I love that game, man. Baba's You as well is probably the best puzzle game of all time, except for maybe Steven's Sausage Roll, which people don't know this fucking game. You gotta play. You gotta play.
Steam?
It's on Steam, man. You gotta play Steven's Sausage Roll. That's all I'm saying. Look it up. You'll have a great time. I also have Journey. I'm surprised you didn't mention Journey at all.
Yeah, I like it, but I don't know about enough to. I like Abzu more than I like Journey.
Okay. I think you're stupid for that, low-key, but Journey's
It's just
awesome.
the setting. I just fucking love fish, man. I'm the fish guy. Why would I not like the game about fish?
That is true. Journey
Abzu is just Journey, but about fish.
Journey just did it first, and I think the multiplayer component of Journey really can't be paralleled. You know what I mean? Like, it adds so much to what the game is trying to say, I feel like.
That's totally fair.
That I feel like you got it. Journey was in my top 10, but I thought about it a lot. And this morning I was thinking about it, and I took Journey out of the top 10. I really fucking like Journey. And it's like it defined whatever that genre is. I don't know what fucking genre that game is.
Yeah, I don't even.
I'm not
pretty.
I'm not beautiful art. I don't know. It's dope. I also love Dujana, which is a little indie game by Jack King Spooner, who the game is like made from, like, he hand crafted these like little like Play-Doh clay figurines, and like it's a stop motion, like the whole game is stop motion animation of these little clay things that he made in real life. And the game is dope as hell, and it's awesome.
That's fucking awesome.
And it takes like 3 hours to get all the way through, but Dujana is awesome. And it's just a game where you like walk around and talk to people. And also there's a Metroidvania inside the game in like an arcade cabinet place.
Oh, I've heard of this game. I haven't played it yet, but I have heard of this game.
And that game's awesome. And that's my honorable mentions. That's what I got.
Sweet, man.
All right. I mean,
Well, I think I've learned of some games that I have to play.
We're already
That's what I learned today.
Over time. We got to do fish fact and poem. And then we're out of here.
Okay.
Is that okay? You said that.
Well, I didn't prepare a fish fact this week.
I told you we would do fish fact and poem. I didn't think we would go this long, but
my bad.
Okay, well, I mean, here.
No, it's okay. I got a doc. If you go first, I'll just pull up something.
Okay. I have a very short poem, unlike last week. Don't worry. That's for the fans. This one is called An Ode to the Disco Ball. I actually don't even remember really writing this poem at all. I wandered through fields of hammers. Upon crescent patterns I've shown my manners, tipping carefully and towing back a family of planters. Cracks in the page, sage slicked by the lake, sighs pondered between yields of cameras. That's it. That's all I got.
You won't be able to hear it on Discord, but I'm clapping. All right. That was a beautiful poem. Very pretty, I might even add.
Thank you, man.
This week's Fish of the Week is the... I'm going to need you to repeat this one to me. It's a little bit scarier for Halloween. This is the brown snout spookfish.
The brown snout spookfish.
Wow, good. Okay, cool.
I'm not a third grader. That wasn't challenging for me.
No, I know, but I could try and read you the scientific name, but I won't do that.
I'm good.
Okay. It is the only known vertebrate with mirrors in its eyes. Most animals use like lenses in their eyes, obviously, to focus light, but the spookfish evolved crystalline mirror plates that reflect and sharpen images.
Wonderful.
It's specifically they live really deep underwater. It's designed for them to spot bioluminescent prey in the dark.
That's beautiful, man. Well, I can tell you one thing I've learned today.
Is it about the brown snout spookfish?
And it's something to do with all of the words that you just said there, but
cool, thanks, man.
I would hate to steal them right out of your
right. I mean, you wouldn't want to repeat.
Yeah, it just feels rude a little bit.
Yeah, great poem, man, and good games.
Yeah,
good picks.
What did we learn today, man? I guess I learned that I have some games to go play, to be honest.
I have also learned that I have some games to go play. I do unironically really want to play, what is it, Dujana? Dujana.
I love Dujana. It's a great game, man.
I do want to play that.
I've learned that game fun lives in the most unexpected places sometimes.
Wow. That's beautiful.